Among the many Hollywood reboots we have had, we are getting a Matrix reboot. Maybe they should just call it The Matrix Rebooted. You know, it fits in line with the Matrix Reloaded, Matrix
I thought that was already a
Revelations.
movie. Oh,
No,
is it not?
Reloaded.
Oh, yeah, that's
Reloaded was the second one.
Matrix Rebooted.
And the story here is actually... so, by the way, this is 18 years since the original.
I am old. I remember when that movie came out. Just kidding. That was a joke.
That was before you were born.
Yeah.
I remember watching it. I remember...
How old were you when
I was
it came
14
out?
when it came out.
Yeah, that's...
So, yeah, and I remember watching it with my cousin on VHS.
How old were you when you watched it?
I was like either 14 or 15.
That's inappropriate.
When I watched
Too
it.
much.
Is it rated
curse.
R? I don't think it is.
But there is a lot of, like, I don't know. I guess there's not a lot of blood. They do cuss. They do curse a lot.
They do curse. I think it is rated R. That's right. It was like one of the first rated R movies I watched.
First one I saw was The Patriot.
Oh yeah, that was another.
It was only for blood though.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently this is in the works. Keanu Reeves is not going to be a part of it, at least right now. And not even the Wachowskis, who they are the ones who wrote and directed the movies. They're apparently not even going to be part of it.
I mean, is this really a surprise though about Keanu Reeves? It's a reboot. Why would it have the same actor?
Well, it'd be neat to at least
as a cameo.
Cameo, yeah, that kind of thing.
Like Bill Murray in the Ghostbusters movie. Or do we not speak of that?
Oh gosh, I mean, you can talk about it, but man, how sad.
Didn't it flop?
It didn't flop, but it didn't do nearly as well as they wanted it to.
Well, yeah.
So,
anyways,
and when we were talking about this a little bit before we started recording, the first Matrix is a classic. When I first saw that, I loved it, and it wasn't just for a lot of people. Oh, the action scenes, the special effects, and when the spinning camera, and it's like
the story is like most of it.
Yeah, the story is so great because and they marketed it really well. Like they just kept saying. I remember just seeing billboards that just said in the green coded text, "What is the Matrix?" And that's all it was. And I'm like, oh, wow,
I don't know. You tell me.
That's really intriguing.
And so this, people don't realize that this movie started the whole theme of oh, you're living in a world that's not real. This pretty much
world.
This pretty much was there's so many things that have come after this that are so similar to it, you know?
Yeah.
Episodes from shows or other movies even where it
Right.
does the exact same thing.
Right. So, yeah, this is kind of it's kind of weird how they're just now doing this though. So, there's a point where sometimes I feel like there's been enough time for a reboot. I don't know if that's the case with this, just because we have the sequels and everything.
I'm not sure that we ever need reboots.
Huh?
I'm not sure that we ever need reboots. Why do people have to run out of ideas so easily?
Well, yeah, because
they're cash grabs.
They are cash grabs.
They're so easy.
They have an install base already there for fans.
Yeah.
So you're gonna at least reap something from it. It's not gonna be an absolute flop. Although I don't know, some of the recent ones like Total Recall and like you said, Ghostbusters, they don't do well. But you can do them. You can do them well. Now that being said, about the first movie being great. The second two, and for the longest time, I never watched the second two movies, until one day. I think when I first started on Netflix, you could get. I had the thing where you can get the discs in the mail, so I got both of them. And the second one, I'm like, okay, this isn't so bad. The second one I didn't find so bad. A lot of people think that fight between Neo and Agent Smith, all the Agent Smith copies, turned out really bad. They're like, oh, it's so fake. It's so CGI.
I do remember seeing a CGI scene where he was where he was like kicking everyone or whatever, like doing that. That looks so bad.
I think it still looks cool though, as far as style goes.
It has not aged well.
It hasn't aged well. You're right. The
first movie has. Like that's the thing. The first movie does not use that much CGI.
Right. Yeah. Just what they show you is done really well though. But I still think it was.
How long was it? Because it felt like it was really long when I saw it. It's got to be like 3 hours. Like the second one.
It was much longer than the first one. Yeah, it definitely was.
It was just weirder. Like I just didn't like seeing like that city and stuff. Like it wasn't very cool. Like this city that they've been talking about all this time is just this little underground.
Wasn't it Babylon or something like that?
I think it might have been called Babylon.
No.
It had some kind of old sounding name, right?
Like a biblical.
Oh my gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, you pull it up. But I didn't think that the second movie was all that bad. It still wasn't as good as the first movie. But then they did the third one. They did Revelations. And then things just got dumb. Things got really dumb in the third movie. If you've ever seen it.
I have not.
Oh,
I probably don't intend to.
The ending is not satisfying.
Got it. Zion.
I wanted to say it has something to do with Israel, but okay. Yeah, Zion, that makes sense.
But so that place was disappointing because, like, I don't know, the city they've been talking about this whole time is just this little underground place, like, and it doesn't look very like grand.
But that's what I imagined it looking like, to be honest. I mean, because they're hiding from the machines. Yeah. The third movie, like, they completely go off the rails. Like, Agent Smith finds a way to like get into the real world, and it's just I don't know what they were doing with it. So.
And there are even theories that all the movies take place in the Matrix, even the ones where they come out of the Matrix, just because of what Agent Smith does.
Oh gosh!
Like there are literally theories about that, and like they're actually pretty compelling. And it's just like,
is it a film
make it
theory?
Stop. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. Here's what I'm hoping from a reboot like this: fix the story. Like, I want to...
The story of the second two?
I loved how the first movie ended with him, like, you know, just flying away. And you're just like, oh, man, he can fly now. Wow. He's, like, unstoppable. Like that was a really cool way to end it. I would love for them to take the trilogy, because that was, like, a really good starting point, and then not mess it up in the reboot. Like, like, actually write a good, cohesive story.
My thing is, like, I just can't imagine how a reboot would measure up to the first original one. Like, I can't imagine that same kind of... The first one, it just has this sense of, like
originality to it.
And, which is probably a major part of, like, the, like, mystery of it. Like, it just has such, like, a mystery. Like, you know, like, Morpheus, he's like, you're probably wondering why you're here, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you are the one. I've been waiting for you. We know about that already.
Yeah.
So when we see the reboot, it's just like... I don't know. It's not going to be that cool.
It is like a big, like, mind-blowing twist, like what the movie turns into, and you're just like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, and
you can't recapture that.
You can feel the feelings again rewatching the movie. I just can't imagine a reboot bringing that to it.
It's going to be hard, and with the way that Hollywood has been doing these reboots lately, they've been doing it very half-heartedly. Like, all of them seem like a cash grab. Like, let's just put... actor A, who's really popular now, with actress A, who's really popular right now, put him in a reboot, and
it'll work,
and it'll sell, and then they rush a script out.
I can't imagine another actor playing Morpheus either. Like, it just doesn't sound good to me.
I know,
he's so awesome.
His delivery and the way, like, he just pauses.
He's so weird, but like cool and like
and very reserved. And,
yeah.
You're making me want to watch The Matrix.
I know. I'm making myself want to watch it. Like, seriously. We need to watch The Matrix.
But it was a product of its time. It was brilliant. So, yeah, here's just... I don't have high hopes for it, but I'm still hoping that, like, maybe they can at least salvage those second two movies, because those second two movies, like... just kind of mess things up. And you can't, honestly, you can't stop at watching the second movie. You have to then go on to watch the third movie, and that's the one that messes it all up.
I think you can stop at the first one, and that's what everyone should do.
Yeah, just stop at the first one. Just do yourself a favor.
Did for a long time until, like, until I watched the second one and then went to bed because it was so boring and confusing. And I never have seen the third one at all, so I'll keep it that way.
Yeah.